corporations, guerrilla marketing says, nonsense, nonsense, and nonsense. Come on, get serious. This is 2009. Advertising doesn't work anymore. And certainly PR doesn't work, not like it used to. And almost everybody by now has learned that having a website is like digging a hole in the ocean. You just never get the money back, and it just disappears, and you've got nothing to show for it. So what does work? Here's what works now. Marketing combinations work. If you do advertising, and you do PR, and you have a website, each one will help the other one to work. Only marketing combinations work these days. The days of single weapon marketing are gone. People who lose their shirt on the internet are people who think, now that I've got a website, I can kick back and do nothing else. But the web helps with the job. It certainly doesn't do the job. It's got to be part of a combination of media that you're using. A 15th difference, traditional marketing at the end of the month counts up money. How much money did we bring in this month? That's the wrong question to ask. Guerrilla marketers, they count up new relationships. How many new relationships did we establish this month? Because they know that in new relationships resides the keys to the vault. And they go for starting relationships, not just knowing the person's name, but warm relationships, so they get to know the person and really have a relationship with them. 16th difference, traditional marketing makes no allowance for technology, because the technology of yesterday was expensive, it was limited, and it was complicated. And the big revolution that is taking place in technology is that it's easier to use than ever before. Bill Gates said to me, when you write a book for us, I said, me write a book for you? He says, you know, if I write anything, they say, well, that's Microsoft talking. And he says, when you write a book, they trust you, they believe you. So would you do a book for me? So I did a book for Microsoft. We called it Guerrilla Marketing with Technology. And we learned that the reality is that these days you've got to be techno-cozy. And if you are technophobic, you've got to hurry up and make an appointment with your techno-shrink, because technophobia is fatal these days. And technology is easier than ever before. The big revolution in technology is the simplicity of it. 17th difference, traditional marketing says aim your messages at large groups. The larger the group, the better. Guerrilla marketing says don't think that way. Aim your messages at individuals. Or if it must be a group, the smaller the group, the better. I'm going to give you another new word now. Nanocasting. Let's say you've got a product, and let's say you want to market it on television. Because television is so inexpensive. More now than ever before. It costs, like, we lived in San Francisco 35 years. The cost for a television commercial in prime time there is $8 for a 30-second commercial. In Orlando, it's a little bit less. Cable television and satellite television has dropped the cost of TV down. So let's say you decide to advertise your Viagra on television, and you go to the station manager of a TV station. I want to advertise on your 5 top-rated shows, you say. And you run commercials on those 5 top-rated shows. Nobody buys what you're selling. That's because you were broadcasting. Broadcasting doesn't work anymore. So then you get smarter and you tell the station manager, next time I want to run those commercials only on channels that are addressed to men. And so you do that, and nobody buys what you're selling because you were doing what's called narrowcasting. It's better than broadcasting, it's less expensive, but it's not as good as it gets. So then you decide to get even smarter, and you want to try microcasting. So you say to the station, I only want to advertise on men's channels on shows about health. So you do that microcasting. Nobody buys what you're selling. They don't really care. And so then you get as smart as you can get. And you decide to practice nanocasting. So you say to the station manager, I want to run my commercials on a men's channel that talks about health issues, on programs where they're talking about erectile dysfunction. When you run those commercials, almost everybody in the viewing audience is in the market for your product. You do incredibly well, but it costs you less than ever, because here's a reality to memorize. At any given point, 4% of the people in America want what you are selling.